Hello folks, my name is Jack and today is day 14 of trying to learn Blender and make my first 3D animation with it in just 30 days. Okay, so thank you to all the people who repeatedly told me that I had the little magnet option enabled, which is why my meshes were gluing themselves to other surfaces. I only needed the one comment, but I guess the internet can't resist beating a dead horse. Anyways, today we're scene building. After much faffing around with meshes and textures and sculpting, it was now time to build up an interesting looking scene to export. Starting first with the donuts, I built a stack of them on top of the plate, then added a backsplash so that the final render wouldn't be looking into the endless gray void of despair. Once I had a camera angle I liked, I changed the colors of the donut frostings to add more variation to the scene. What I noticed about today is that I felt way more comfortable in Blender than I did last week, and that meant I really started to enjoy myself while building this scene. After changing the frosting colors, I added some texture to the plate to make it look more ceramic, and I was going to stop for the day here, but frankly, I was having too much fun and decided to keep following the tutorial. Next, I was taught some very basic lighting tricks, which as a filmmaker, I found to be super fun. Constructing this box around the scene to create a structure for the light to bounce off and create shadows was a really eye-opening technique and added so much to the scene. With the lighting basically sorted, I learned how to import models to make the background just a little more interesting to look at. After making a few more tweaks to the lighting to make it feel warmer and more inviting, I finally got to the part that I came here for: animation. Basic animation anyway. I wasn't going to be moving any objects in this scene, but rather I'd create a camera path instead. It was about as basic as animation in 3D can get, but you aren't going to climb a mountain without scaling the hill first. I spent the rest of the day learning how keyframes in Blender work and making some final adjustments to the scene, like adding these shiny gumball looking things to the central donut. Once that was done, I added a shallow depth of field to the camera as a finishing touch, and then finally, after 14 days of work, rendered my first 3D scene. It is amazing how just 2 weeks ago I knew absolutely nothing about Blender to now having this. So just remember that if there's something you want to learn how to do, no matter how difficult it is, you can learn it if you really commit yourself. But I'm not done here yet. For tomorrow I would begin work on my first proper 3D animation.